Hi everybody. Today we will look at three examples of VLOOKUP. The first one being simple VLOOKUP, the second based on header, and the third one is VLOOKUP to call up multiple values from a database. So first of all, let's look at our database. So this is our entire database that we are going to use right now. We have employee ID, name, location, and phone. So in the first example, which is a simple VLOOKUP example, we will look at how to call up these records based on employee ID. So let's assume I have I select employee ID 10008. So if I have this ID, I need my entire record 10008 to appear over here. So for that, we are first going to do a simple VLOOKUP. So we'll start with equal to VLOOKUP. What is our lookup value? It is the employee ID, comma. What is our table? Our table is everything from employee ID all the way down to the last record. And we need to log that. So we use F4, or in some cases, it will be FN F4. So that you can see it is $I $1 is to $L $21, which means this entire range has been locked. Next, we need to say from which column to pull up the data. So over here, name is column 2, employee ID is column 1, name is column 2. So the information that I need is from column 2, comma. The last thing that I want is, should it be an approximate match or an exact match? So obviously in this case, we need an exact match. So instead of false, I'll just put 0, which means I need an exact match, and close the bracket, hit enter. So now you can see 1008 is Anil Kumble. So if I go down over here to 1008, it is Anil Kumble. If I change this to 10020, now I see Hardik Pandya over there. Hardik Pandya. Alright. We need to do the same thing for location. Only thing is, location is in column number 3. So I'm going to copy this entire formula, go to column D, Control V, and then instead of 2, I'll say I need to get data from column 3. And finally, over here, I need to get it from column 4. Now, if we change anything over here, we get Virat Kohli, which is 100003, which is Virat Kohli, Rajkot, and we have the contact number as well. So this is the first example of VLOOKUP, which is a very simple VLOOKUP. The next thing that we are going to do is, we are going to do it based on the header chosen. So we are not going to get all the information over here of the employee ID. We will get only that information which matches the header here. So in this case, I'll take 10008, enter. Now here, I'll say equal to VLOOKUP. What's my lookup value? It is this, comma. Next is table array, which is again the same thing, and F4 to lock it, comma. Now here, instead of saying column 2 for name, what we are going to do is, we are going to let Excel decide what is required over here. So we'll do match, open bracket. What do we need to match is the value in B9. Alright, so to ensure that when I drag this down, it is always B9, I'm going to lock the 9 component or the row component. So I'm just going to add a $sign before 9. You can keep using the F4 button as well. If you do it, if you repeat F4 button, it will go from locking column and row both. It will lock only row, then only column, and then it will release both. Anyway, so match B9, comma. Where do I need to match it from? Just the first row. Alright, because I have employee ID, name. It's employee ID and 2 is name. So technically I would have added 2 over here, but I'm not going to add that. I'm just going to select the whole thing. So 1 is employee ID, 2 is name. After doing that, I'm going to lock this entire reference. So F4 again, comma. What is the match type? I need an exact match. Close bracket, comma. Now what is the range lookup? Yeah, what is the lookup match that we want? Do we need an exact match or a approximate match? So again, in this case, we need an exact match. So we'll do 0, close bracket, hit enter. All right. So now what happens over here is, because it is 1008 over here and because it says name over here, we get Anil Kumble. So over here, if you look at it, Anil Kumble. But now if I change this to, instead of name, if I change it to location, so 1008 is Mumbai. So 1008 is Mumbai. If I change this to phone, 1008 is 789-625-9674. 789-625-9674. So this is how a simple, VLOOKUP based on the header works. Now let us understand how we can call multiple values based on location. So I need to look at all the names that I need to look at names of all the people who are working out of Mumbai. So in that case, what I do is I need to understand wherever the location shows Mumbai, it should go to, the serial number should go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, it should remain 0. Now what happens here is, every time it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can call those values over here using the row function. Now let's see how this works. So we'll say equal to, if this equals our value here, but this value we are going to lock it. So F4, it's locked both the ways, comma. So what we are saying is, if location matches the location over here, then sum, open bracket, max, open bracket, $1. So it'll be $1 is to H1 plus 1, close bracket, comma, 0, and close bracket again. So over here what we're saying is, if this matches this value, this needs to be incremented by 1. Otherwise, not just this, it has to look at the maximum value from top to the current to 1 above and then add 1 to it. All right. So if this is not Rajkot, then if this is not Mumbai, if it does not match, then by default just give me 0. Now if I hit enter, it shows me 0 over here. But if I drag this down, wherever there is Mumbai, it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7 records coming out of Mumbai. Okay, I have misspelled it. Let me change that. Control H. And change that to Mumbai. Say replace all. Okay, close. But this is not changed. Let me change that as well. Let's go back there and call it again. Mumbai. All right. So every time it is a match, it'll keep incrementing. So if I change this to Ahmedabad, everywhere where there's Ahmedabad, it'll show 1 and then 2. All right. So that is how it works. But now we got serial numbers here based on whatever we have selected or whatever we have entered over here. We need to call all this data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, whatever the number of records it is, we need to call it over here. So for that, we will use the rows function with VLOOKUP. So now what we need to do is, we need to call these serial numbers here first. So if I say equal to rows C$10 is to C10 and hit enter, close the bracket and hit enter. How many rows did it find? It found one row. If I go down, because we have locked the row reference, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. But now we need to use this one in our VLOOKUP. So what we do is we do VLOOKUP, and this time our data starts from serial number all the way to last name, and F4 again, comma. Now what we do is we need to give the column reference number. Obviously, because serial number is 1, employee ID is 2, and name is 3, so we enter 3 over here, comma 0, and then close bracket, and then hit enter. Okay. Now the problem is, if it does not find a value, you get error all the way. All right. So we need to get rid of that error here. If error, open bracket, go to the end of the statement, comma, give me a null value, close bracket. Now when you drag it down, it does not give you any error, and instead it only gives you the names. Okay, so now if you look at it, if we change this from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, these are the people working out of Mumbai. If we change it from Mumbai to Rajkot, these are the people working out from Rajkot. All right, I hope this helps. If there's anything, you can contact me. Cheers.